What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich, and in today's video I'll be doing a match day 3 recap of the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers for Qatar 2022. I did a review for match day 1, match day 2, which means I'll be back for match day 3, and I'm gonna try to do all 14 match days just to do, a whole journey on the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. So if you're taking this journey with me, I'd like to say thank you very much, man. I do appreciate it. It's not easy covering these games, man, because yesterday the game started at 7:30 between Canada and El Salvador, and the Honduras-USA match was 10:30. So I had to have multiple devices watching both games at the same time, and there was one time 3 games were playing at the same time. So it's not easy to analyze these games. It's not easy to actually watch these games. There's many of you who only watch one game or only watch 2 games and couldn't keep up with the action. So just bear with me, please, as I take my time and try to analyze all 4 matches and give you guys a little roundup and just to give my thoughts and views on each and every match and each and every team. So look, as I said, I think the match day 3 fixtures would have been a lot more exciting, and they were. We got a lot of goals, man. We had Canada beating El Salvador 3-0. Panama and Mexico playing to a 1-1 draw. Costa Rica and Jamaica playing to a 1-1 draw. And the USA completely decimating Honduras in San Pedro Sula, of all places, 4-1. A come-from-behind win for Greg Berhalter and his boys. We will get to that game, but we will talk about it last. Canada 3, El Salvador 0. Let's talk about this match. In this game, Atiba Hutchinson in the 6th minute, Jonathan David in the 11th, and they caught El Salvador sleeping early in the match and put 2 up and had the advantage in the game, the entire game. Tajan Buchanan did score in the 59th minute. El Salvador did enjoy most of the possession and string together the passes very well, but it was more sideways and backwards passing, nothing really to really threaten Milan Boyan in goal, who didn't have to make a single save because there were no shots on target. But Canada, man, this team looks like a team with a lot of ambition, and they show their intention here by picking up a 3-0 win. Their first win of World Cup qualifiers. And I did run into something that says this is actually their first win in the final round for quite some time, which is absolutely ridiculous. So big up to Canada, man. They're playing some really good football. So the stat is, with tonight's win against El Salvador, John Herdman has 22 wins as Canada head coach, a new record holder for an A-level wins for a Canadian men's national team gaffer. So big up to John Herdman. That's a really good stat there for him. And there's also another stat that, talks about the last time Canada actually picked up a win in the final round of World Cup qualifiers in CONCACAF. So you definitely got to give it to them, man. I think they've been one of the most impressive teams so far during World Cup qualifiers. They're actually top 4 in my opinion. And this was another very commanding performance here. So Hutchinson came in, Anthony Case sat out, Jonathan David in, Kyle Lauren out. You had Alphonso Davies missing. He had a little injury scare, but I read that he is good. He went back to Bayern Munich. And there was rotation, but the players that came in performed well. They really performed well. You got to give it to this Canadian team. I think Jonathan Osorio did come in as well. And a few other players come in from the last game there against the USA, where John Herdman has been rotating his team. And I'm saying this to make the point that Canada has really good squad depth. El Salvador did make a few changes, but not many. So that could have played a part in them getting decimated so early on in the game. So the 6-minute goal by Atiba Hutchinson was a really good team goal, man. It was Richie Larea, who got the ball, drove to the byline and passed the ball, squared the ball in, and Atiba Hutchinson did the rest. Really good team goal. I think the Canadian build-up was a little bit too quick, a little bit too fast for El Salvador to handle. and that was a lovely goal. The next goal came in the 11th minute from a foul, which almost led to a little brawl. It was a very physical affair between these two teams. And the second ball, after the free kick came in, was crossed in by Tajan Buchanan, and a brilliant header by Jonathan David to give Canada the 2-0 lead here. Tajan Buchanan picked up a yellow card around the 37th minute for pushing El Salvadorian player who had seemingly kneed him in the face. I think I saw that, but the referee didn't pick it up. There's no VAR, of course, and that was not actually picked up, and the El Salvadorian player did not receive any punishment. Towards the back end of the first half there, El Salvador did enjoy a really good period of play, and they had a shot by, I could remember Duenas actually having a shot at goal. So Canada, they actually performed very, very well in the first half. They were commanding after scoring the 2 goals. They didn't need to commit too many bodies forward, which allowed El Salvador to get a little peek back into the game, but they weren't able to test Milan Borjan. After going 2-0 down in the first half, El Salvador did make a triple substitution at the beginning of the second half to just try to do something a little different to get back in the game. But I think the game was lost already. But you got to give it to Hugo Perez. He had to try. Definitely had to try. And you got to give him some credit for that. El Salvador, they did try. But this Canadian team just looked way too damn good, man. Way, way too good. The third goal came in the 59th minute after a horrible turnover by Eric Zavaleta in the midfield. It's terrible pass. Or if you want to look at it and be kind to Zavaleta, you could say it was an interception by Jonathan David. He drove forward, passed the ball to Tajan Buchanan, who put it past Mario Gonzalez in goal, 3-0. So, look, as I said, not many chances created by El Salvador. Boyan did make a save, but that shot wasn't even going to go on target. Larrea, he had a shot saved around the 86th minute. Really, really good chance by Gonzalez and prevented Canada from putting yet another goal in the back of the net. Look, the Canucks versus La Selecta. You got to give it to the Canucks of Canada, man. That was a very, very commanding performance, and they deserved the win. So in terms of stats for this game, Canada had 14 shots at goal, 5 on target, 41% of the ball, 348 passes with a 78% pass accuracy. There was 20 fouls committed by Canada, 21 committed by El Salvador. It was a very, very physical game. For El Salvador, they had 7 shots at goal, none on target, 59% of the ball, 508 passes with an 85% pass accuracy. So they did pass the ball well, but they weren't effective in the final third of the field. So with this win, Canada are now second in the table on 5 points with a better goal difference than the USA and Panama just behind them. As for El Salvador, they dropped down to 7th with 2 points after 3 matches, only above Jamaica, who has 1 point, and just behind Honduras and Costa Rica, also on 2 points. So the teams at the top of the table separating the teams down at the bottom by 3 points. I actually have Canada qualifying for the World Cup, and what we saw so far in the September international break, they're right on course to do so. They just have to keep being consistent, and I don't think they would have any problem because they picked up a draw against the USA on U.S. soil, and that's a game that in the past they would have definitely lost. It's going to be interesting to see how they travel down to Central America, though. That hasn't been a test for Canada yet. 2 home games and a game on U.S. soil. So look out for Canada when they visit Central America. So as for El Salvador, not a bad start. 2 draws and a loss there. They haven't scored any goals yet, so this is something that they actually need to work on. They need some wins under their belt if they are to compete for one of these 3 direct spots or the playoff spot if they come in 4th. So that's my thoughts on Canada versus El Salvador. Very well done by Canada. We're going to move right on to the Panama versus Mexico game. Panama won. Mexico won. Listen, I got to give it to Thomas Christensen and Panama, man. They've looked good. They've looked really, really good. They've played some attractive football, and they almost stunned the Mexicans. 28-minute goal by Rolando Blackburn there, and that was a great switch from left to right. Good overlap by the player that then squared the ball in and toe poked in by Rolando Blackburn. 1-0 to Panama. Look, Mexico didn't start the game well at all because there was a big save in the second minute made by Ochoa. I don't know how that ball didn't go in, but it was end-to-end stuff for mostly the entire game. This was a very, very entertaining affair. Very, very good game. A big loss for Panama there in the first half was Adalberto Carrasquilla, wonderful midfielder, pulling up while trying to drive forward, and he was substituted as Ayaza came on to replace him. So Tecatito, he had a shot saved by goalkeeper Mejia. Really, really good shot in the 21st minute. And that was just before Panama took the lead. So look, Panama, they did suffer a few injuries in the first half, a few setbacks. So you got to give it to them for actually staying in the game and leading for not for 76 minutes, but they did lead for, let's say, let me do my math there, about 50 minutes of the game. Yeah, just about 50 minutes or so. So that's not bad. That is not bad at all. That is not bad. It's too bad for them that they couldn't hold on and pick up a famous victory at home here against Mexico there. In the second half, Mexico did look the brighter of the two teams there because Panama with the goal, they could have afforded to sit back a little and try to protect that lead. They did go forward on a few occasions to try to get another goal advantage. But, Mexico, they're a type of team that dominates possession most of the times, and they do create a lot of chances. Mejia had to pull off a big save in the 55th minute, another one in the 69th, but then the goal came in the 76th by Jesus Corona after he did get an opportunity previously and he bent it outside the far post. So Mexico did get their chances. 12 shots at goal, 4 on target. But that was a good goal though. Cordova with the shot that hit the post, and then Jesus Corona there to put in the rebound. Very well done by Jesus Corona, showing his quality on the pitch. Not many more things to talk about in terms of this game. I knew it would have ended in a 1-1 draw. That was my exact prediction for this one, and it ended in a 1-1 draw. I think I did predict Canada to beat El Salvador 2-0, and I was on point with that one as well. There's the other two games are the shock results for me. So these first two games that I'm talking about, not really shock results. I expected Panama to play well against Mexico on home soil. If you go back, you check the record. Last World Cup qualifying cycle, it was a 0-0 draw, if I can remember. But this Mexico team, yet again, not very impressive. Not very impressive. Because I know the Mexican fans would fancy their team beating Panama. And in the 3 games, even though Mexico has not lost the game, they haven't looked convincing at all. No Tata Martino on the touchline, by the way. He's actually undergoing some, surgery for his eye, some type of treatment, so he wasn't there. So I don't know if that played a part. But I'm wondering why we're not seeing Rodolfo Pizarro more, even from the start or early on in the match. I think Mexico are missing a trick with not giving Pizarro more opportunities. But this, I got to give it to Panama, man. They looked really impressive. If you're going to give Mexico a run for their money, that's a sign that Panama are also one of the teams to beat. Remember, they qualified for the 2018 World Cup as debutants. Didn't do well at the tournament. Didn't do well right after. But I think with the appointment of the Dane, Thomas Christensen, he has them looking good, has them playing some really attractive football. They play with a plan. They're not overly defensive, and they take the games to the opponent. Look at what they did to Mexico. Look really suspect here. And if it wasn't for Memo Ochoa, Panama would have won the game. I know that's what the goalkeeper's job is, but those are some good saves, Memo Ochoa pulled off there. So just to touch on the stats for this game, Panama 5 shots at goal, 3 on target, 44% of the ball, 363 passes with a 78% pass accuracy. This was not as physical as the Canada versus El Salvador game, where Mexico only had 12 fouls on Panama. No yellow cards were shown in the match. And it was not the most, like, let's say, physical game where teams were at each other's necks. So not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad. More attractive football. Mexico with 12 shots at goal, 4 on target, 56% of the ball, 449 passes with an 81% pass accuracy. Listen, man, I'm telling you, Mexico, they need to do a lot better. Funes Mori, I have to call you out. You haven't been playing well. You have not been playing well. I have to say that Funes Mori deserves to be dropped. He got to be dropped. You got to play Henry Martin from the start or something. If you're going to play anybody, play Henry Martin from the start. Play him. Play somebody else. Funes Mori has to sit on the bench and watch and learn. And learn how to put the ball in the back of the net in international games, in competitive games. I'm not talking about club games here. So look, well done by Panama here. This is a big point. And with that point for Panama, they're still up there and they are fourth. They drop off a bit, but they still have 5 points, just like Canada and the USA. But it's because of goal difference and head-to-head why actually they're fourth in the table right about now. Mexico is still number one. 3 matches played, 7 points in the bag, unbeaten. The top 4 teams in the table, all unbeaten, of course. And the bottom 4 teams in the table yet to pick up a victory. A few draws sprinkled in. So that's how it's shaped up so far. I will touch on the final table when I'm done analyzing all 4 matches. So, look, well played to Panama. Mexico, you got to do better. You definitely got to do better. And I'm saying that even though Mexico has not lost, but still, not convincing. Not convincing whatsoever. Costa Rica won. Jamaica won down in San Jose. I gotta say this is a much improved performance by Jamaica, similar to the performance that they put up against Mexico on Mexican soil, where I think they should have walked away with a 1-1 draw as well. Jamaica should have had 2 points. Or maybe Jamaica should have had 3 points or 5 points, because what they did at home there against Panama, that cannot repeat. That definitely cannot repeat. I like to take the time to big up Anthony Grant, man. He had a good game, and I like that he actually got a damn haircut. You see what I'm saying? He got a little haircut, get some fresh braids, shape up the beard and thing. He was looking real scruffy, man. You know what I'm saying? I was saying to myself, where they got this vagrant-looking guy from? I'm just joking, but come on. I know a lot of you guys share the same sentiment, man. So it was nice to see him actually cleaned up and everything, and he looking fresh. He looking fresh, man. Looking really, really fresh. So look, Jamaica conceded early in the game, and they gotta cut this out of their game. That is way too early to concede. Way too early. When you concede that early, it throws your game plan, if there's any game plan at all, into disarray. Jimmy Marin, not Martin. I'm stuck on Henry Martin. But Jimmy Marin in the 3rd minute. I did do an analysis of the goal on the channel, so please go and check that one out. And it wasn't good defending by Jamaica at all. Let's put it that way. A little bit too standoffish, allowed Joe Campbell to pass the ball to the overlapping player. Him rolling it across the goal. A foot stuck out, diverted it to Brian Ruiz, and Brian Ruiz just recycling that ball to the far post, headed in, and tapped into the back of the net. 1-0 to Costa Rica. So after Jamaica conceded that early goal, they did settle. They did settle down. They did settle down a lot and got themselves back in the game. Tyreek McGee, he had a chance in the 22nd minute, which was deflected wide. That was a really good opportunity. If you go back and you watch that chance, he was right in front of the goal, but a foot came out and deflected the ball. So they were quite unfortunate not to score in that instance. So look, Got to give it to Corey Burke. Kemal Lawrence a star in all 3 games. The goalkeeper, Andre Blake. It just shows their stamina level, man. Everyone else has been in and out of the team. But those 3 players deserves some credit there for their fitness levels. Few chances for Jamaica, really, really good chances. Corey Burke, he blasted it over. Junior Flemings had one deflected over. And there's actually more chances in the second half, but those were actually the more clear-cut chances that Jamaica had to equalize in the first half. One thing I have to note for Jamaica, I have to point out this player, Alvis Powell. He didn't have a bad game, but Alvis, bro, you got to work on that touch, man. You got to work on that touch. Every time he touches the ball just goes way far ahead of him and he loses the ball most of the time. I like that he was playing a more advanced role on many occasions. You could see him going forward a lot and Devon Williams kind of slotting in to, protect the back line there. A lot of people like to say that Jamaica's strength lies in their defense. I think Jamaica's strength lies in their goalkeeper. I know it's part of their defense, but let's not talk about the entire defense because you could see how many times the opposition got in behind in the 3 games that they played so far. So when it comes to their strength, their really, really strength, it's their goalkeeper, Andre Blake, who just keeps pulling off some ridiculous saves in these games. Jamaica, I don't know what was said. I really don't know what was said during the halftime break. I don't know what Tapper Whitmore, Paul Hall said, but it worked, man. Jamaica came back early in the second half and they equalized. Devon Speedy Williams to Tyreek McGee. Dummy pass to basically a dummy pass by Junior Flemings. The ball was passed by McGee. Junior Flemings left it over to Taxi Lawrence. Nobody marking him. All the space, all the real estate in the world. And across into the box. Brilliant run by Shamar Nicholson. Stayed onside and chested it into the back of the net. You know they call it a header if you actually head it into the back of the net or you head the ball. That one was a chester. You want to call that one Chester. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Manchester, you know what I'm saying? But Chester. So, yeah, man, good comeback there for Jamaica. And I think in the second half, they were really good. They're really good. They really give Costa Rica a scare. And I think Jamaica should have won this game. Jamaica should have won this game. Chance after chance, man. 62nd minute, a great counterattack. Junior Flemings, he should have shoot the ball, but he chose to pass. I think he got caught up in 2 minds and opportunity squandered. 64th minute, Joel Campbell with a great shot saved by Andre Blake. You see I was talking about Blake? I don't know how he saved that one, but he did. Lawrence to Nicholson, very good chance, and he put it wide. I don't know how Shamar Nicholson didn't score, man. Jamaica had so many good opportunities. And at that point of the game, it was end-to-end stuff. When I said match day 3 was way more entertaining than the first 2 match days, it's not even an understatement. Look, around that time, Tapper Whitmore made a few substitutions. Not going to get too deep into who came off or who, but I think it was Corey Burke and Junior Flemings that went off and Blair Turgott came on. I'll give you the exact players that actually was substituted on in that instance. Javan East and Blair Turgott. You got to give it to Javan East, man. You see what I'm saying? I'm doing my little Javan East situation right there, as you see. But Javan East came on, and he looked good. He looked really, really good. Javan East even got like a half chance, but Jamaica, I don't know how they didn't win this match. Seriously, I really don't know how they didn't win this match. 72nd minute, Joel Campbell had a chance. He curled it wide. And then in 77th minute, another chance by Shamar Nicholson, 1v2, and it just fizzled out. So Jamaica, a lot better. I think this is their best performance so far during the World Cup qualifiers. And if their fans are to hope, this is the game that they would get their inspiration from. Because that was a brilliant, brilliant performance, though. Brilliant. It just wasn't meant to be. Javon Watson came in for Anthony Grant. You see, when you make substitutions like that, Topper, that's a good substitution. Javon Watson with the experience and the know-how and everything. Anthony Grant with another good game for Jamaica. He went off and, he did his thing. He could lift his head up high. So, a lot of chances, as I said, man. 87th minute, Nicholson with a chance saved. And then another chance again by Javon East, who made a total meal of that opportunity, though. But I think he was offside. So, yeah, I guess that's play him his blushes. Good game for Jamaica. Poor game, in my opinion, for Costa Rica on home soil where they missed the opportunity to pick up their first win. They had to absolutely win this game. They didn't. Jamaica on the road haven't traveled well to Costa Rica in the past. I don't think they ever picked up a victory in San Jose. Jamaica has not done well in Mexico and in Central America. And they could have actually made history here by beating Costa Rica about 4-1. Just like the USA beat Honduras 4-1. Jamaica missed the chances. I don't think they need to beat up on themselves too much. But they should have taken this opportunity. Judging from what they did in the first two games, this was a way to pick up 3 freaking points. Because, look, if Jamaica had picked up 3 points, right, where would Jamaica be? They would be about 5th right now in the table. So, I think it's an opportunity missed. And going into the October international break being 5th, only 2 points behind Panama, the USA, and Canada, that would not have been bad. But you're 1 point. You only have 1 point. You see what I'm saying? So you got to take your opportunities. Got to be more clinical. And let's say if that was maybe a Mikel Antonio with those opportunities, who knows, a Kemar Roof, he did get an opportunity. He blasted over. But if it was those players, yeah, Jamaica may have won the game. We got to give it to Shamar Nicholson, though, for what he's done so far. 2 goals in 3 matches. In terms of the stats here, Costa Rica, 14 shots at goal, 7 on target. You see, Andre Blake had a lot to do. 58% of the ball, 502 passes with an 81% pass accuracy. Again, the game wasn't as physical as the Canada-El Salvador game where Costa Rica only committed 10 fouls. 1 yellow card picked up. Jamaica, a little bit more physical, 16 fouls with 3 yellow cards shown. 11 shots at goal for Jamaica, 2 on target, 1 in the back of the net, of course. Kehlani Voss had to pull off a big save for the other one. 42% of the ball, 374 passes with a 78% pass accuracy. Jamaica, I think, the better team in this match. They deserve to win. The thing about me, I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. If they played bad, they played bad. If they played good, they played well, and they deserve to win this game. Costa Rica, you haven't looked good in the 3 games that I saw. You really haven't looked good. Because I expected them to do something against Panama. Didn't do anything. You see what I mean? Really didn't do anything. So, I don't know what to say, man. Seriously. I really don't know what to say. Costa Rica, you have not been convincing whatsoever. You haven't been convincing. Definitely. I'm predicting Costa Rica to actually qualify for the World Cup via the playoffs. Lost the game to Mexico at home. Drew to Jamaica. So, and then they play Honduras next, El Salvador, and the USA. So they got to pick up points in October, man. They got to pick up more points. As for Jamaica, the October games, a little bit more challenging as well. They have the USA, Canada, and Honduras on the road. This October international break could make or break this Jamaican team. I know it will still be early, where there's only going to be 6 matches played, not even 50% through the qualifiers, but you got to do well in October, man. Definitely. So let's move on to the final game. Honduras won, the USA won. This game caught me at a bad time. I was watching this match, and the first half hour I was home while taking in the other match, Jamaica versus Costa Rica. But then I had to go and pick up my wife, so I was watching this game while driving and everything. So in terms of the analysis of this, I don't have much notes written down here for this game. But I remember what happened and everything, and I could just give a brief summary of how the match was won in San Pedro Sula. Look, Brian Moya, 27th minute. Good goal, driving up from midfield. Not very well defended by John Brooks there and the USA. And 27-minute goal, header, low header into the back of the net. The USA stunned, 1-0 down, on the road. How could they come back into this match? Greg Berhalter, triple sub at halftime. And that was a really good move. I got to give it to him, though. Really got to give it to him. You can't really blame him in terms of the 11 that he put out. You see what I'm saying? Because if you check the 11 that he put out, right? In this game, he chose to start Ricardo Pepi up top. You can't blame him. He gave the young man, only 18 years old, an opportunity. You give him a chance. Well done. Josh Sargent, I think he's pushing Josh Sargent way too much. Christian Pulisic, of course, we know he had to play. George Bello had an opportunity. James Sands had an opportunity. And he had guys like Mark McKenzie, John Brooks coming in. And the players weren't in, the positioning was kind of weird where some of these players played. But Matt Turner again in goal, beaten in the first half. Something had to be done. The U.S. team looked all over the freaking place, I'm telling you. They looked all over the place, man, in the first half. Couldn't string together good passes. The link-up play between midfield and attack, it wasn't there. And it was just a disjointed effort in the first half by the USA. I couldn't believe I was watching the USA team. Thoughts of the 2018 World Cup qualifiers campaign was actually going through my head. I'm not even playing with you. They were going through my head because I'm like, what the hell am I seeing here? It was a horrible first half performance by the USA. But something had to be done. A turnaround had to be made. And got that right. A turnaround was made. 46 minutes, well, just to start the second half. Sargent off. Brendan Aronson on. Anthony Robertson on. George Bello off. And there was also Leggett on. John Brooks out. Good substitutions made. Very, very good substitutions. Honduras did make substitutions at the beginning of the second half as well. Romel Cueto came in for Anthony Lozano. There was Rigoberto Rivas came in for Jonathan Toro. And Jose Garcia came in for Carlos Pineda. So both teams made 3 changes just to start the second half there. And probably because of the hectic the hectic international break where 3 matches are being played. An unprecedented thing where before you play 2 games in the international break here. So right away, man, it paid off. 48-minute goal scored by Anthony Robinson, set up by Ricardo Pepi. What a game by Pepi, though. What a game. And that was a brilliant goal by Anthony Robinson, and the way he celebrated with the somersault, whatever you call that, man. That was nice. The backflip, that was really, really nice, man. No hands, everything. I didn't even know that Anthony Robinson had that in his locker, but that was brilliant, though. Christian Pulisic was taken off in the 62nd minute. He did affect that goal. I like that he was, he affected the goal from midfield, which is something maybe Greg Berhalter could take note of. Maybe you play Christian Pulisic in that creative role. And he came off for Christian Roldan. But I think Pulisic had a decent game. I think he could step his game up a little bit, though, and affect games a lot more. The second goal, man. The second goal came in the 75th minute. Brilliant crossing from the right side by DeAndre Yedlin, and Ricardo Pepi leaping up and putting it past Luis Lopez, man. That was a brilliant goal. You got to give it to Ricardo Pepi, man. A new striker is on the scene. I don't know how you're going to get him out the team now because he played well. Brilliant goal, man. 2-1. Honduras stunned at home. The USA back in the lead. And at that point, I was like, I don't know how Honduras are going to get themselves back into this game because Going forward, it did look a little inept in the second half, if you got to keep it real. Brendan Aronson in the 86th minute. Who with the assist? Ricardo Pepi. What a freaking match by the young man. Aronson scoring in back-to-back games as well. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to Aronson. You got to listen, I did not talk up Aronson before, but he looks good, man. Probably see him at RB Leipzig pretty soon. I think he plays for Salzburg right now. And then Leggett to put the nail in the coffin, 93rd minute goal. The USA 4, Honduras 1. Poor performance. Good start with picking up that draw against Canada and then that draw on El Salvadorian soil. But your first whole match, you should have put up a better showing and at least pick up another draw where you would have been fifth in the table right about now with 3 draws. And you had to have a meltdown. The USA completely outplayed Honduras in the second half. Quality performance. Quality. And this is the USA that won the Gold Cup. This is the USA that won the Nations League. Not what we saw in those first 2 games. You see what I mean? The El Salvador game was horrible. And then that game against Canada, oh man, Canada was a better team. Canada had a plan, they executed it, while the USA came up short. So this is a big performance by the USA, man. Big performance, 4-1, commanding, very commanding stuff. So that's just a roundup of the third round of qualifying matches in CONCACAF. Canada 3, El Salvador 0. Panama 1, Mexico 1, Costa Rica 1, Jamaica 1, Honduras 1, and the USA 4 to put themselves a little higher in the power rankings because, come on, guys, you know, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. So just to give you an idea of what the table looks like, this review is kind of long, longer than usual, but I got to get it off my chest, man. Definitely got to get it off my chest. So this is the table right now as it stands. Let's take a look at the table as it stands right now. So you have Mexico currently on top of the table. Let me bring this up a little bit more. Mexico on top of the table. I don't know. I like to keep things a little perfect there. So let's just get this scrolled up like that. Let's come on. You're messing with me. All right. That does it. So Mexico on top with 7 points. Canada second, 5 points with a better head-to-head. Gold, well, that's got to be head-to-head because all 3 teams then second have similar goal difference, and the USA and Canada has the same amount of goals scored, but because Canada had a goal on US soil, that's why. So they do have a better head-to-head there. So Canada second, 5 points. The USA third with 5. Panama fourth with 5. All 4 teams in the top half of the table unbeaten. And Costa Rica fifth with 2 points. Honduras 6th with 2 points. El Salvador 7th with 2 points. And Jamaica at the bottom with 1. So Jamaica is still, you can't hold your head down too much because you got a point. Even though the goal difference is the worst across all 8 teams, still got a point. And you have more goals scored than El Salvador and Costa Rica. So you know what these teams need to work on. Costa Rica not scoring enough goals. El Salvador not scoring enough goals. Jamaica's defense needs to be a lot better. The teams in the top half of the table, they could work on some weaknesses, but they have more positives than negatives coming out of the first international break for the qualifiers for Qatar 2022. So, guys, I'm your boy Dominic Rich. This is my match day 3 review. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Any thoughts on these games? I was completely honest in my analysis. If I didn't, if I wasn't in a position to actually write some things down and get to analyze the game how I wanted to, I did let you know. So I'm just being transparent there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Smash a big like on the video. And until my preview for match day 4, and I will come back with a few, little pieces on the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. I'm your boy Dominic Rich. Until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.